Welcome to the Power in Motion podcast, the show for women who want to develop a kinder relationship with their body so you can feel healthy, happy, and confident without restricting food, doing torturous exercise, or constantly worrying about the number on the scale. I'm your host, Kim Hagel, size-inclusive fitness specialist and certified non-diet health and life coach specializing in body image. This podcast is here to provide weight-neutral, health at every size aligned information and coaching on sustainable habits and mindset shifts so you can feel your very best in the body you have right now. Let's lace up our runners and go for a walk while we chat. Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Power in Motion podcast. I'm your host, Kim Hagel, size-inclusive fitness specialist, non-diet nutritionist, and body image coach. And if you're looking for the Joyful Movement Show, you're in the right place. The Joyful Movement Show is now the Power in Motion podcast, and I am super excited about this rebrand and everything that's in store with this new name and new mission. I can't wait to tell you all about it here on this first episode. So let's start with why. Why did I decide to change the name of the show? Well, it's something that I've been thinking about for a little while. I've been doing a lot of personal reflection, coaching myself, and being coached on my thoughts and feelings about the podcast. I've shared with you on previous episodes a little about how I often struggle to come up with content ideas. And a large part of that is because I had not been trusting my creative process. I shared with you how working at a desk and staring at a screen does not work well for me and my brain. So I've learned to give myself permission to create in whatever way makes the most sense for me. And usually that's while moving my body in nature. So in the last little bit, I've started recording while I'm hiking, or sometimes I'll do voice to text in my notes app and then I re-record it later. And I'll tell you, that has helped an awful lot with my creative flow. But another big part of this block I felt around the podcast had to do with feeling really confined by the title of the show. I felt that the name, The Joyful Movement Show, meant that I had to speak predominantly about exercise and movement. And even though I did speak about food and body image, because it's all related and it all ties back to the same root cause, I still felt really limited by the title. Like the title wasn't accurately capturing all that the show stood for. And another big part of this rebrand is that I've been digging into and reevaluating my thoughts about the word joyful movement. I really think that this word can be confusing, misleading, and even off-putting for some people, and can put unnecessary pressure on people who already struggle with movement to now think it also has to be joyful all the time. And though I've done a lot of dismantling of the word joyful on the Joyful Movement Show, wherein I explain how joyful movement to me doesn't mean that moving our body has to be this blissed out runner's high feeling all the time. Rather, it's more of a sense of being connected to your body, making autonomous decisions about how to move, and having a feeling of appreciation for what your body can do and how the movement you're choosing benefits you. But the fact remains that this isn't what most people think of when they hear the term joyful movement. And that word can leave people feeling like they're doing something wrong if they're not experiencing joy with movement, which is exactly how I don't want anyone to feel. The truth is, movement is kind of like eating. Like sometimes eating food is this amazing sensual experience where the food and the atmosphere are just so amazing, where every cell of your body lights up with pleasure as you eat. And sometimes it's like that with movement. But most of the time, eating is just about being hungry, so you prepare and eat food. Like that's it. It's kind of boring. Movement's usually more like that. It's just about knowing that it's good for you to move and then doing the thing so that you can reap the mental and physical benefits down the line. It's not always joyful, and it doesn't have to be. I've come to think of movement more as intentional, where I choose to participate, not because it brings me joy, but because I know it's in my highest good. It's in my best interest to move my body. And I think this is something we're going to dig into and explore in greater detail in a future episode. Anyways, all that to say, the title just wasn't feeling aligned for me anymore, and I wasn't feeling inspired. So I had a choice. I could either close up the podcast or I could figure out how to make this fun and exciting for me. And the truth is, despite the struggles that I've shared with you, I actually really love podcasting. I love having the ability to speak about what I'm learning, to share information and coaching with you in a long format like this, to be able to explore topics in detail, dig into nuance, and offer you a different point of view and give you the opportunity to think about things a little different. I really enjoy being able to serve you, my audience, in this way and to offer you support and help for free. So quitting wasn't the choice I wanted to make. I knew I wanted to continue and I wanted it to be fun and interesting for me. As I so often say, everything starts with our thoughts. So if I wanted the result of a fun and interesting podcasting experience, I had to dig in and figure out how I needed to think about podcasting in order to feel inspired to create content for you folks. So that led me into a deep exploration about my values and mission because I see this podcast as a vehicle to share my values and live my life's mission. And that mission is twofold. One, to help all women experience the life-changing benefits of movement. And two, to free women from body image hangups so they can do the amazing things they are called to do in the world. These are the things that I am just so passionate about. Like when I am gone from this earth, this is what I want to be remembered for. Well, that and raising 4 amazing humans. This is the mark I'm committed to making in the world. And my mission hasn't changed. This has always been my mission for as long as I've been operating Radiant Vitality Wellness. And I do feel that I've been speaking to that mission on the Joyful Movement show. I think I've done a really good job of communicating how at the root of most motivation and willpower struggles is usually a core belief that your body is a problem to be fixed. But as this podcast is an outward expression of my mission, I felt I needed a name, a title that more accurately captured this. And that's where the Power in Motion podcast was born. I landed on the word power because that's what I really want to help you develop. Martin Luther King defines power as the ability to achieve purpose and affect change. And I just love that definition. Also, I was inspired by Brené Brown's definition of power in her book, Dare to Lead. She talks about how having power over others is fear-driven and is dangerous. But daring leaders share their power and empower people to and inspire people to develop the power within. As such, I am here to inspire you to develop the power within you to achieve your purpose and affect the changes you want to make in the world. So when I say power within, I mean the ability to be your fullest self, to live your creative impulses, to trust yourself, to make choices that are in your highest good so that you can care well for yourself and others and contribute to the world in a meaningful way. So all that said, what does that mean? What does that look like going forward with the show? Yes, we're going to continue to be talking about movement on the Power in Motion podcast. This is my root. This is my heart. It's my passion. I'm never going to stop talking about movement because I really want to be a voice for change in the fitness industry. I see myself as one of the trailblazers who's paving the way for the world of fitness to be more inclusive and accessible. I became a trainer 12 years ago because I wanted to help people live their healthiest lives, and I still want that. And I can't unsee how the fat-phobic messaging from the fitness industry has had the exact opposite effect. With all of the focus on weight loss, aesthetics, body shaping, we're undermining the true benefits of exercise. Having more stamina, improved mental health, better mobility, strength, and flexibility, on and on and on it goes. And in doing that, we're leaving people behind. The weight stigma and fat phobia that exists in fitness spaces is ostracizing, and it keeps people thinking that fitness is a look, so fitness is only for the fit looking. And I am over it. Fitness is for everybody. Everybody is made for movement, and everybody deserves to find movement that they enjoy. And everybody deserves the benefits that come from it. So I'm always going to talk about movement. And as before, we'll also continue to talk about food because food and movement are just so intertwined, and there's so much misinformation out there about eating too. So I'm going to continue to provide information to help you eat in a way that's supportive of your health and well-being without all the rules, restriction, and guilt. And of course, we'll continue to talk about body image because food and exercise, honestly, are just a symptom of a deeper issue. As I said, behind every struggle with motivation is usually a root belief that your body is wrong. In other words, there's the belief that I should be moving more or I need to be moving so that I can fix this body of mine. Same with food. The reason we struggle so much with how to eat is because we fear weight gain or we're unhappy in the body we have. But we know fixing the symptom doesn't cure the root cause. You can't out-exercise or out-diet a negative body image. You can't hate your way to a body you love. So a big part of my work here on the podcast is to help you dismantle your body shame, to help you reach a place of body respect where you treat yourself and your body with kindness and compassion, even if you don't love how it looks today. So all that will stay the same as we transition to the Power in Motion podcast. But we're also going to be exploring some other topics unrelated to food, exercise, and body, because even how we think about our body is a symptom of something deeper, which is the belief that women need to conform to some ideal, that we can't take up space, that we can't make too much noise or dream too big. So get ready to smash the patriarchy and all the other forms of oppression. Stepping into our power means owning our voice, knowing our worth, and recognizing that we have unique gifts to share that the world needs. So from time to time, I'll be bringing on guests and sharing myself about feminist and other empowering topics that are relevant to helping you develop your power within. I want to encourage you to step into your greatness, claim your sovereignty and passions, and empower you to become a person who takes bold action and chases those dreams that are on your heart because they're there for a reason. We dream about doing the things we dream about because it's meant for us to do. You are the person to do the thing, and the only thing stopping you is your level of belief in yourself. That not good enough voice is loud and strong, and it's keeping you small. It's keeping you from stirring the pot, and it's keeping you from changing the world. And I'm not okay with that. Just think for a moment, if all the women in the world could stop worrying about their bodies and stressing about food and if they're exercising enough and worrying about what people think, and instead knew that they were enough and that they were infinitely valuable, this world would be a different place. That thought is what propelled me to do my own work, to make peace with my body and relationship with food and movement, and also to work on my deeper issues around my self-worth so that I could grow my confidence using my voice. Starting this podcast, becoming a coach, me doing my own work has helped me contribute to a better world for women. And you doing that work can have the same effect. Maybe your thing isn't to smash the patriarchy and diet culture, but you have your thing. And stepping into your power and developing the confidence to do the thing has the potential to change the world. I am here for it all day long. So that's what you can expect as we move forward. I'm freaking excited, and I hope you are too. As far as all the details go, I have a series of about 10 episodes planned for you this summer. Those are going to start coming out on Wednesdays each week, rather than our usual Mondays. After those 10 episodes, I'm not exactly sure what things are going to look like. We may continue with the weekly episodes ongoing. I might switch to bi-weekly, or we might do seasons. I will keep you posted as I sort out all those details. However it looks, I am thrilled to have you along for the ride. Tell your friends. Let's bring all the women along on this mission. And if you haven't yet, can you take right now just a quick second and give this show a 5-star rating on whatever app you're listening to? And if you have a few extra seconds, feel free to drop a review too. It means the world to me, and it helps people find the show, so it helps spread the word. As we wrap up today, I want to give you one thing to work on before we meet again. So go get out your journal and ask yourself, what do I dream about doing in the world? And what's holding me back? What would I need to believe about myself in order to be able to do the thing. So I'd love for you to dig into that and for you to let me know what you uncover. And I mean it. You can DM me on social media or email me. I'm at Radiant Vitality Wellness on Facebook and Instagram. I'd love to hear what you come up with. I will see you back here next week. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning into the Power in Motion podcast today. If you love what you're learning here, then I invite you to take the next step of embodying these concepts into your own life so that you can live your healthiest, happiest life and never again feel held back by your body. Coaching is the fastest, most efficient pathway to taking what you know in your head to actually applying it and seeing results. Whether you're looking to make changes around movement, food, body image, or all three, I'm here to help you nurture a kind, respectful, and trusting relationship with your body so you can feel your very best. Click the link in the show notes to book a free consultation, and together we'll uncover what's getting in the way of you having the results you want. You'll leave this call knowing exactly what you need to work on, and together we'll explore whether one of my coaching offers is a good fit for you. I can't wait to meet you.